Hey YouTubers, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell over by the subscriber button to notify you every single time I upload. Enjoy the video. Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to another Dragon Ball Super discussion video. I am once again joined by the Golden Scouter, man. Why don't you say hello to everyone listening?
Hello everyone, I am the Golden Scouter. How are you doing, Mark?
I love that intro. I just love that intro. Anyway, guys, we're going to be talking about something that they were teasing us. They were teasing us just a couple episodes ago in the Tournament of Power, and lo and behold, after episode 11, it seems like we'll never ever get that particular fight if Zeno and the Grand Priest and everyone has their way, and obviously the whole tournament shakes up the way that we've been told throughout this entire time. Vegeta versus Hit, round 2. And as I said, a couple episodes ago, we got to see Vegeta. He was a man on a mission. He was literally going straight towards Hit. Had a bone to settle, had to settle the score after being humiliated in the last tournament. But lo and behold, Hit went up against Jiren. We all knew that fight was coming. We all wanted that fight. But a lot of us were hoping that Hit and Vegeta would have some kind of a mutual fight, not necessarily ending either of them in the Tournament of Power. Maybe some people wanted Vegeta to actually defeat Hit and then maybe go up against Jiren himself, something like that. But they decided that Hit should go up against Jiren and Jiren should eliminate Hit. And honestly, guys, I guess that makes sense, but it's a little bit downer for me to see that just happen, considering the fact that Vegeta versus Hit round 2 would have been epic. So with that being said, man, what is your thoughts?
Yeah, I am severely disappointed that Hit got knocked out. I don't think it's bad writing or anything like that. I hear a lot of people claim that, and I just don't see that. It's more akin to, say, my favorite contestant on American Idol or The Voice being eliminated. Like, that's just the luck of the draw, I guess, or something like that. So, to me, I would have loved to see Vegeta and Hit fight, so maybe that way they can have some kind of a mutual respect for one another. Because there's no doubt that Vegeta has at least a sliver of respect for Hit. I mean, after all, he did humiliate him, and he had that crazy technique, Toki Tobashi, which made it to where Vegeta was like, "What's happening? My hits aren't even hitting." No pun intended. But I would like to see Hit and Vegeta have that good interaction. Maybe after a good fight, Vegeta figures out how to counter the time skip, and they leave that fight maybe shaking hands or something like that. I mean, it is the Tournament of Power, and yeah, they're fighting for their lives, their universes, but I think one of the reasons why I wanted to see Vegeta versus Hit was for that mutual respect moment. So that's basically my thoughts.
Yeah, I honestly wanted to see that too. Unfortunately, with the Tournament of Power, you really can't have that mutual respect moment. I mean, it's not that we haven't seen that. Obviously, Goku with Caulifla, we got to see that. He's like, hey, don't you want to take us out? But that wasn't necessarily, he was fighting her, Kale interrupted, and then Jiren kind of stepped in to take out Kale. And then the next episode, they were fighting the Pride Troopers, took out a whole lot of them, and even she was like, hey, you want to take us out? It's like, that's not really my place. We had our fight, it was interrupted, and then you go rest, we'll fight later. And I can understand exactly where they're going for with that, but if Vegeta were to fight Hit, like, straight up, I would imagine, at least at some level, they would have to settle the score, because there's not going to be something, unless someone interrupts them, there's not going to be something where, we're just gonna shake hands. No, we're fighting for our lives. We're fighting for our universes. As Hit even said, this is my job. We have to protect Universe 6. And even though he might respect Goku, even though he might respect Vegeta, even if they were able to defeat Jiren, even if Jiren wasn't even a threat, and it was only just Hit being the main guy again in this tournament, you knew at some point they were going to have to fight for each other, or for each other's universes, or they were going to have to fight for their universes, and someone's going to have to be eliminated. So I couldn't imagine I couldn't imagine a Hit versus Vegeta fight that ended in a mutual respect handshake like Goku versus Hit in the last tournament, considering the stakes involved. And honestly, maybe that's why we never got that fight, because maybe Vegeta is going to be way more important in the later part of this tournament, considering Goku is now somewhat out of commission. And at this point, at least, Frieza and Vegeta must be their strongest people on the team. And at the same time, you need to put Jiren over by having him beat the last the last real victor, even though he didn't win the Tournament of Power, the last real big bad in the timeline at least. So that's why Hit went up against Jiren. But I have to say, it is a little bit disappointing that we didn't get to see that fight, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who thinks so.
Yeah, it was really disappointing, and I mean, I get why they wanted to eliminate Hit, dusting off the old trope of having the new Ultimate guy take out the old Ultimate guy, and also the whole thing about Universe 6 losing their MVP kind of adds a lot of stakes, because so far, with every universe, it seems like they all have their key players in, and with one universe not having one of their key players in, and having him be eliminated, that ups the stakes for one of those universes. Imagine if Goku really did get eliminated. That would take a huge blow to their team, because we constantly heard, like, oh, if Goku loses, everyone's morale will go down, and no one's going to want to fight. And now that Hit is out, everyone's morale is going to go down, and no one's going to want to fight. So I get what they're going for with the whole eliminating Hit, so that way other characters who aren't the MVP can step to the plate and actually try and be the MVP, and maybe might be pushed even harder now that they know that their star player's out. So, I mean, they could have conveyed this after Vegeta versus Hit, but I get what they were going for.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like I said, you can't really do that in this tournament. The stakes are being what they are, and only having 48 minutes to fight, you really couldn't do that. And I really appreciate what they did with Hit versus Jiren. I think it really played up with Hit's character, made us really respect him a lot more, and as you said, it really kind of opens it opens a void in Universe 6's team, who's going to be the real MVP. And as I've said before, Kaba really needs to step up. We're not necessarily sure what the next episode preview is going to be. They kind of edit it in such a way where it's like, oh, well, maybe Kaba might be out. We don't know. But, Kale is still there. Caulifla has shown a lot of promise. We haven't seen a whole lot of the Namekians. But yeah, like, who's going to step up, and how important is Universe 6 going to be now that Hit is gone? I mean, technically we still have 3 Saiyans on that team. We still have 3 Saiyans on Universe 7. There's something there, considering what we've known from Dragon Ball Super. I mean, who knows how many universes are going to have to gang together to actually fight Jiren, or whether or not Universe 6 or 7 are going to have to actually work together in order to fight him or anyone else who comes off in this tournament, in order to save themselves, or at least to decide it amongst themselves, something like that. We're not necessarily sure, but obviously, like you said, it does open the door. It's just a little bit concerning, or at least a little bit annoying, that we didn't actually get to see that Hit versus Vegeta round 2. Because, guys, I know you guys, and myself included, we were all just really hoping and waiting for that. But anyway, guys, with that being said, we're gonna cut it off here. Please make sure to share your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of people who would have really loved to have seen this happen. Obviously, there's a lot of people who are glad that it happened the way it did. I want to know everyone's thoughts and opinions on it. Don't forget to go down to the description section below and hit that link to go subscribe to the Golden Scouter. The guy makes some really awesome content. You're not going to want to miss it. And at the same time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell over by the subscriber button to notify you every single time I upload. But with that being said, guys, we hope everyone has a good day. It's been real.